What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns climbing up on the pulpit for yet another rant. And today we're going to be talking about hosting on Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, this is a big reason why I prefer doing missions alone and have trouble getting into a race for Racing Badly, which will be coming back very, very soon because I join a lobby for a race I have yet to do in Racing Badly, or a mission, or an LTS, or a deathmatch, and I sit there and I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and nothing happens. You've been there as well. You've been in the same position that I've been in, and you're wondering what the hell's going on. What is the host doing? Are they waiting for a certain amount of people to join the lobby before they start the mission? Are they currently away from the console, fixing a sandwich, texting on the phone with their girlfriend or boyfriend, their significant other? Are they taking a dump? Or do they have no idea what the hell they're doing because they never hosted a job, a mission, a race, or a deathmatch in Grand Theft Auto Online? Now, to be fair, there's obvious legitimate reasons why the host has not started the said mission or job. It could be a server issue on Rockstar's end, or it could be internet issues happening on their end or on the gamer's end or my end, or they could have been abducted by aliens. What I think it usually comes down to is a number of things. A, they're waiting for a friend, a fellow gamer, a crewmate to join the lobby, which is why they haven't started it. Or B, they're a perfectionist, and whenever they see a race has to have 16 players or up to 16 players, they're not going to be content with 4 racers. They're not going to be content with 8 racers or 10 racers or 12 or 14 or 15 racers. They have to have 16 racers, and they're willing to wait forever just to max out a race, a deathmatch, capture, LTS, mission. I don't understand the logic there because you do not need 16 racers in order to enjoy a race. You don't need 30 racers in order to enjoy a race, or the max amount for a capture, an LTS, or a mission. Just as long as you have the bare minimum, you can have a good time doing these various jobs in Grand Theft Auto Online without having to go full force with 16 players, because most of the time it's almost impossible to get 16 or even 30 players into a lobby in the first place. So what are some solutions here for those of us who are at the mercy of the hosts that are like this? Well, I think Rockstar should actually give the other gamers in the lobby the option and ability after a certain amount of time to be able to kick the host if they're doing this. If they're going to make us wait for longer than 5 minutes for a race or deathmatch or any other job in Grand Theft Auto Online, for whatever rhyme or reason, whether they're away from the console or they just have to have 16 or 30 players or whatever the max number is, I think that the other players in the lobby should have the ability to kick the host. Or better yet, Rockstar could do it themselves with some sort of automated kick when it comes to hosts. You know, they monitor the lobby for 5 minutes, and if the host hasn't started the race or mission and there's obviously players in the lobby ready to go, Rockstar automatically kicks that host after, say, 5 or 10 minutes. Similar to what happens to a gamer when they're idling in a lobby for longer than 13 minutes, Rockstar automatically kicks them out of that lobby. I think the same thing should happen when it comes to hosts that are, for whatever rhyme or reason, holding up the rest of the lobby from playing said race, deathmatch, or capture, or mission, or whatever. I think that would be a really good feature for Rockstar to implement somewhere down the road. On top of solutions, I also have advice for hosts out there that are new to Grand Theft Auto Online that may or may not know what the dealio is. Okay, so for example, you're a host, you go into Grand Theft Auto Online doing a race or a capture mission, etc., and you see the lobby starting to fill up with people. Just because it says 16 players or 30 players for a race doesn't mean you have to wait till the lobby is completely full before you start the race or the various job. Once you get enough people, say 4 plus or 6 plus, and after a few seconds you've noticed that no one else has joined the lobby, then you should go ahead and start that job, because no one else is going to join and everyone else is patiently waiting for you to start the race or the other job. As the host, you have a duty and responsibility to make sure that the said job is initiated once there's a sufficient enough people that will play the job in order to make it as enjoyable as possible. And when it comes to racing, a little bit of an additional side advice for you is to look at the amount of laps per race and the size of the course. If it's criminal records, a very small track, I can understand there being 3 to 5 laps. But if it's a much larger race, don't make it go on for too effing long, because some of these races that I've gotten into have gone on much longer than they should have. I'm talking like 10 to 20 minutes when the average race should be about 5 to 7 minutes at the most. Now, while players are unfortunately unable to kick the host has the ability to kick players for whatever rhyme or reason. And this is a mystery I have yet to figure out. Why do I get kicked? Why do other people get kicked from various lobbies, jobs, and missions when all they want to do is participate in a race, a capture or death match in order to earn some RP, have some fun, and of course get some Grand Theft Auto currency? So that's another thing. Be patient with players. Don't be an a-hole. Don't kick people for no rhyme or reason. But if they're being annoying, if they're being rude or racist over the mic, then yeah, kick their pixelated ass off the lobby. Patience is definitely a virtue when it comes to being a host, but don't wait all effing day. Gamers want to play. They don't want to sit around in a lobby waiting and waiting and waiting. So when you're the host, be mindful of how it feels when you're just another player waiting to play these said jobs and missions, races, death matches, captures in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, chances are you're never going to get any high praise from fellow gamers or players that just randomly join your lobby for being a good host, but at the same time, it is greatly appreciated by myself and all the fellow Grand Theft Auto gamers out there.